Hey guys, this is Razor here, and I'm going to be doing a duel video of showcasing my Dinomist performapals versus Kozmos. So I just realized I wasn't actually recording, so that's why I wasn't able to get the beginning. But basically, I just comboed off. Well, I didn't really combo off. I just searched a lot with the gadgets and ended with this board. So it's his turn. He's gonna summon the Sword Troopers, and he's probably just gonna summon a ship. Okay, so he summons the Dark Destroyer, and he destroys my Gear Gigant X. Okay, so then he goes to battle. He attacks my Ariadne. Ariadne will search me the counter traps. And here I'm thinking, like, if he has an E-Telly, that's going to be game, so I hope he doesn't have the E-Telly. But, so yeah, if I survive this round, then chances are I can pretty much come back and win. But he shows me the E-Telly, and I know that's game because he's just gonna farm girl, search the Dark Destroyer. Dark Destroyer will destroy the other Dark Destroyer, and then just wombo combo and OTK me from there. So there's no point in going through that. It's just if he has an E-Telly in an open board with Dark Destroyer already, it's just so stupid. Like that's why I kind of hate Kozmos is their OTKs can just come out of nowhere. Like even if you have full life points, they can like deal over 9,000 damage. So I'm going to be citing in the Cyber Dragon Drays because they're searchable by Gear Gigant X. And also, I was thinking about citing in Maxis, but I don't know, I just feel like Maxis isn't that great against them because they can just stop on one ship, and if they're going for the OTK, they're going to go for the OTK. So unless I'm going to be drawing into like battle faders, it's not really that helpful in my opinion. Okay, so here I decide to go first because obviously I don't want to be blocked by his side deck cards, whatever he sides for this. So it's always smart to go first, unless you're monarchs. So he's gonna throw down the Maxi after I pendulum summon, so I can choose to stop here, or I can go for the Gear Gigant X, which I do. So yeah, I was wondering why he didn't throw the Maxi when I activated the skills, or maybe he just forgot. But so I'm gonna set that and pass turn. So that was kind of a misplay on my part. I should have pendulum summoned the gadgets in defense because if he summons a farm girl, then he's obviously gonna get a free plus. So here I'm going to go into Gear Gigant X because now I'm not under Maxi. I was thinking of normal summoning the gadget first, but I thought that was kind of a lame strategy because I'd rather search out the machines before I pendulum summon. So I was like thinking there, but now I'm just going to go for the Gear Gigant X. And here I'm pretty confident with my play because I have Scolding set, so whatever he has, if he has a Strike or a Solemn, I can pretty much just go off without any worries. So I was thinking about for the next turn, like, do I want to get Dre or do I want to just go for maximum damage? And like, I could also be defensive with Menko, but that's kind of a bad strategy because you want to be on the offensive. You don't want to give Kozmos time to recover and draw into their plays. So I decided to go with Terran because if he by any chance like gets E-Telly out, that'll force him to bring out his ship. So if I attack over his farm girl or something like that, then that's going to be, the Terran will just kill him. So obviously I almost forgot that Ariane pays for that scolding. So yeah, that was game because I would do too much damage to him at that point. I think that would be game if you add up all those totals. So yeah, I'm pretty confident in my side deck because he doesn't seem to play that much back row. The only sets I would be worried about is his Solemns. I'm not sure if Kozmos still plays strikes, but I mean it's definitely a possibility because I see more Cosmo players relying on Dark Lady now, so they don't like to play the strikes. They rather go more combo heavy with the the Fire King Island and just set up a board with Infinity and Dark Lady, which is pretty powerful. So normally I'm not going to be that scared of Cosmos back row. The only sets that they would have is just the Cosmojo and Call the Haunteds. So yeah, so he's gonna choose to go first. Okay, that's fine by me. And this is exactly like a really good hand. Like this is like a perfect hand. If I were to go first, like he would lose. Like if I went first, there's no chance he would be able to overcome my field. So he's gonna end phase E-Telly into Tin Can, and he's going to dump with Tin Can and search one. So let's see what he searches out. Okay, so he gets out Dark Destroyer. He's gonna search Slip Rider and Dark Lady. So if I roll 1 or 2, then he'll get Dark Destroyer. 3, 4, he gets Slip, and 5 and 6 would get him Dark Lady. So I'm just making sure he's good with those numbers so I can roll. So I roll a 6, so he gets Dark Lady. And I would have just summoned the Dark Lady during the end phase because his Tin Can is just going to go away for nothing. So he should have just summoned the Dark Lady. Okay, so now this is an even more broken hand. So this is really awesome. So I'm thinking that he could have like a Twin Twister. So that's why I'm activating the monkey board first. I could have saved the monkey board and just set the Plesios and Ariana Grande, but I decided to just go for that play. And he's going to summon the Dark Lady. Okay. So then I'm going to activate Dinomist Charge. And then I'm going to grab the Rex to beat over the Dark Lady. And now at this point, the only set card I'm worried about is Strikes or Warning. And I know it's one card, but I mean, if I walk into it, I'll pretty much lose the duel. So that's why I Pendulum Summon only 3. So at least I can get Ariana Grande to go off if he does strike it or warning it. So then I'm going to activate Sorcerer's Effect to force him to negate it to pay more life points. Because either way, if my Pendulum Sorcerer is just staying out on the field, he's not doing anything. I'd rather him be in the extra deck so I can Pendulum Summon him back. So he's going to negate with Dark Lady. And then I'm going to normal summon the Plesios. So my Rex can shuffle back a card once he attacks over. So I'm going to attack over his Dark Lady. Okay, so no, he's going to go for Dark Destroyer. So this is like an example of when you kind of play too conservatively. Like, yeah, I could have just went for the extreme play and just summon everything with the yellow gadget, because that would have really helped me end this turn, like just kill him this turn. Because if I pendulum summon the gadgets, then I would just generate so much advantage. I would go for Dweller, and then I would go for Lightning. But then his Dark Destroyer would disrupt me. But in any case, if I summon the yellow gadget, at least I could go for a rank 4 without minusing too much, because obviously I don't want to I don't want to, use up my pendulums as resources. But at this point, I'm kind of afraid of an OTK next turn. If he attacks over my field and he has E-Telly, then that's going to be like game, like the last game or the first game. So I'm just thinking really hard if I should attack over the Dark Destroyer, but it's probably best to leave it there because he's going to summon Slip Rider, and he's likely going to destroy the Turtle and leave my monkey board there. And if the monkey board stays as a scale, it's going to be a scale 4, which would really hurt. So I decide to just I just have to sit on a lightning. And the great thing about lightning is that my opponent can't activate any card effects during the damage step, so his Dark Lady will not be able to negate my Utopia Lightning during the damage step. So I don't know what I was thinking there. Why am I summoning Gurgigant? So I'm gonna summon the Utopia. So I'm just double checking all my options, then going for Lightning. So I decided to include Utopia Chaos, or the Chaos Utopia, because once you detach the two materials, then you won't be able to detach for a second time. So that's what I want to do, is to make sure that he can survive 2 battles versus just 1. So at this point, I'm just hoping that he doesn't have any answers to my Utopia, and he doesn't have like another Dark Destroyer, because then that would be game if he was able to do that. I think, yeah, like if he summoned the Dark Destroyer off of his Dark Lady and then summon another pilot to attack me, and that could be game. So yeah, he's thinking. So this is like a really high pressure situation. I'm just waiting to see if he has anything, but so he's switching his Dark Destroyer to attack. He's looking at his banished, so I know he might have like a Cosmo Town or something like that. So he's gonna just switch his Dark Lady to defense and pass. So that's awesome. Okay, so he sets a back row, and I'm thinking like, okay, so I'm gonna pendulum summon everything now, because that was a waste of a pendulum summon last turn when I could have pendulum summoned a lot more. But here's what I made a critical mistake. He had that new set, and it was a warning, so that was really, it hurt really. It hurt a lot with that warning. So that definitely, that was a misplay on my part. Like I should have assumed that he had the warning. Like it's just so annoying how I assumed the worst when it wasn't a factor, and I assumed the best when it was a factor. So if I switch those scenarios where I pendulum summon when he didn't have the warning, then it's just like one of those mind games where pendulum decks, you really have to be careful when you want to pendulum summon everything. But there was no reason for me to pendulum summon everything. I could have just pendulum summoned 3 and at least normal summoned 1 other card instead of just, getting everything negated. But looks like my Utopia is doing pretty well. The 2 Utopia materials. So he's gonna Twin Twister me. That kind of hurts too. And then I top deck into a Dinomist charge, which it's going to be game exactly, because I'm just going to search out the Plesios, and Plesios will reduce his stats by 300 because I have 3 Dinomist cards. And so he's scooping it up because he knows that my Plesios can attack over, and then my